Pittsburgh Steelers fans, what's going on? Welcome back to Blitzburg Squad. I'm Wesley Shealy, joined with Shane Smith. Steelers got the Eagles, man.
Week 8.
I think I read that we haven't won in Philly since 1965 or some stupid crap.
Woo! That wouldn't surprise me.
When was the merger?
Probably 1965.
I don't even know, but man, that's a bad streak. We've played there quite a bit of times since then, too.
We always play bad to them.
Always play bad.
Even when we're at home, we typically don't play the best with them.
No.
But specifically at their stadium.
Yeah, if it's in Philly, no chance.
No.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, this is going to be a very tough matchup. We've talked about this a couple weeks ago. We knew this was coming, obviously. Saw it on the schedule, and Eagles have looked sharp this year. They're 6-0. 2-5 Steelers, right?
2-5.
2-5 Steelers going into Philly to try this one out. So,
yeah.
Let's just dive right in, man. I'm just so pumped for this matchup.
And our 2 wins, mind you, have been 3 points or less.
Nice.
Is the total score difference. So.
Very nice. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what
very
you like
positive.
Yeah. That's what you like to see in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. So let's go to our offense. How are you feeling about our offense against a extremely difficult Eagles defense?
Solid group of guys on that defense. 2, also, how are we feeling about the offense after last week, too?
Oh, not good.
So couple that with the defense we're playing, it's not looking so hot. But no, yeah, you're right. Defensively, the Eagles are super stout. We've talked about their corners. James Bradbury, Darius Slay have looked 1 and 2, top 1 and 2. You
Literally
said?
1 and 2.
They've looked every bit of the part, and
there's a stat out there for them. When Cooper Rush played them a couple of weeks ago before their bye, if Cooper Rush had spiked the ball every play, he would have had a better QBR than if he would have thrown it to Darius Slay or James Bradbury.
that seems crazy.
That is wild. That's how
I've
good
never
they're
heard that
playing.
Stat. That's crazy. Yeah, they're playing stout. Then you look up the guys up front. You've got Fletcher Cox, the old OG there. Javon, our old man Hargrave there.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis is getting in the mix.
Jordan Davis is getting in.
I don't know if they still have Dare Barnett on the line.
Good question.
Nakobe Dean, I think he's getting in the mix too in their line. I mean, they just have a stout group. Who'd they get? Gardner Johnson from the Saints as their safety. Like, they're just loaded top to bottom, offensively, but now defensively. Just super stout group.
Complete team almost.
With saying that, and prefacing with that, what a challenge for our offense this week. I mean,
yeah.
Go. I mean, the only other one that I would say is that Buffalo game is what I'm going to compare this the best to, is because Buffalo's a stout team. You got Eagles, a stout team, very stout defense, and you're going into a hostile environment here in the Eagles Stadium. Yeah. And I guess I want to go back and talk a little bit about how our offense had looked this past game against the Dolphins. I thought initially we were going to come out and look like scripted on offense again. Didn't really look like that. Just kind of slow start, and Kenny looked sharp on some plays, but looked off on others. Didn't look completely solid every play that night. Which, whatever, he's a rookie. That's to be expected.
Looked like a rookie.
Threw some really bad picks at the end of the game when we had a chance at it, and that happens. It happens against teams in the NFL. But I don't know how much further we get against a solid group of guys. Also, too, coming off a bye week, fresh guys on that defense. 2 weeks to prepare.
Fresh legs.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. What do you see? What are you thinking from our offense here in this matchup, man?
If we're able to exploit anything, we're going to have to do and utilize the worst part of our offense, and that's the running game. So looking kind of at the stats, the Eagles allow 318.5 yards per game. They allow just over 200 yards passing. They allow about 110 yards rushing a game.
Okay.
Comparison, we allow about 119 rushing.
Okay.
But that's basically where we have to target. We talked about that solid up front. Hargrave, Cox, they're mainly pass rushing guys. Now, Jordan Davis, especially after a bye, may look better, may be more that run stopping guy that what they got. But they're mainly there to rush the passers, make the bad throws for Darius Slay and James Bradbury to be able to pick that off. So we're going to have our line push, and get some semblance of a run game. Utilize, I would say even, and I know we don't because we have a very juvenile high school offense.
You don't say.
Not even college offense anymore.
What?
Utilize a 2 running back set. Put Warren and Naj.
Have we even seen that yet?
No.
Okay.
We've seen some of Derek Watt though, which is a little interesting.
Yeah.
But even when he's in there, you automatically know it's a run.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So it's like, I want to see a little bit more. I want to see some different things, and I want us to focus on our run game. As a rookie quarterback being in there, the main thing that you should be putting on him is, hey, we don't want you to take over the game.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want you to be the next Ben. We want our running game and our offense to take care of you, not the other way around.
Yeah, right.
We've not done that.
No.
And we need to change that.
For sure. And I don't want this to sound like I'm going to go on a rant here, because that's usually what we do about Mr. Matt Canada. But, yeah. Fire Canada. But, we need to set up, if we're going to set up the running game, please, one more time, please do not run it on first down. Every first down play we have.
Run, pass.
Yeah, it's run, pass. And it's just, you come out on first down, it's probably going to be, most likely, it's like 85%, 90% a run. Yep. Even too, I wonder if it would be good to implement. Like, I know I've seen we've run it with Pickett so far, and he's used to it at Pitt.
Right.
RPO. Like, maybe we throw more of that in there to get the running game going. Just something like, you don't want to get Kenny killed, but maybe it's another aspect.
Add an element that nobody's seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, just something to get that running game going, because we usually do struggle to get it going, obviously. I mean, Steelers fans have been used to that the past 2 years or so.
Yep.
So maybe it's just something you just got to mix in. And no cute stuff, end arounds, like ditch that stuff. But I'm talking like RPOs, maybe just get like 2-back sets like that, so they don't know who it's going to, left or right here. So they've got to, they can't just set up strong side and have, both sides stacked. They can just stack one side and then we go to the other. Like, just make that read there. So I don't know, just something to keep them on their toes. And like you said too, like when they have a good pass defense, like we know of with Bradbury and Slay, it's maybe you just take advantage of not their weakness, because they're still solid up front, but just try to get that running game going.
That small little crack that they've shown.
Right.
Let's see if we can, make it into a larger crack.
Yep. And the other thing too, I would say, is just real quick on the offense, is we've got to take care of the football. And I know we keep saying Kenny's a rookie, but man, I'd much rather you miss some plays rather than make some mistakes, if that makes sense. So,
yeah. All I'm saying, and it's sad, is the quarterback that had more turnovers than Kenny got benched for the season this week. Now, that quarterback was Matt Ryan. He had 11 total turnovers, 9 interceptions through 7 games.
Wow.
So a little over 1 a game. Kenny's got 3 games and 7 picks. So he's averaging 2+ a game.
Jeez.
So we need to change that stat.
Yep. No kidding. Yeah, we got to take care of the football. Yep. Got to take care of the football. Okay, you want to switch over to defense?
Let's go to our defense.
Talk about them for a little bit. Okay, so defensively, actually, they impressed me last week a little bit, I would say, with bringing some guys back in the mix with Cam Sutton, Levi Wallace. They really didn't miss a beat, other than just couldn't catch the flipping ball.
Right.
They did pretty solid on the back end. Guys up front did pretty solid after we settled in. I look forward for them building on that momentum and having, hopefully, I hope they would have another solid game. You're going against an offense with just so much firepower.
A very high-octane offense that can throw it however many different ways.
And like I just said earlier, this is a game that I'm comparing to the Bills game that we had, which was a 38-3 game.
38-3.
I mean,
Absolute obliteration.
You allowed 35-plus, 30-plus points in that matchup, and this Eagles offense can do that too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they traded for A.J. Brown, used a first-round pick, looking stout on that. Devonta Smith is starting to look like the first-round pick that he was last year. Those two are scary. Add in Dallas Goedert. That's a three-headed monster right there because he's a really, really solid tight end.
Yeah.
And then you think their running game, it's kind of running back by committee. And, yeah, they still throw in a different running back or two, but Miles Sanders has been the lead back. I mean, he's got more rushing yards than Najee does. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns. I don't know if he had 4 rushing touchdowns all last year. And so, I mean, they are definitely utilizing it. And, I mean, again, they're averaging almost 410 yards per offense per game. I mean, they're smoking people on yards, and they're averaging almost 27 points a game.
And Jalen Hurts, too. I mean, I know we haven't mentioned him yet, but he has looked sharp this year.
He's looked sharp. He's an RPOer. I mean, there's games when Miles Sanders leads the Eagles in running. There's games when Jalen leads the team in running.
Yep.
And that's because he's ultra dynamic. And I mean, he's definitely taken that step as a passer, and we all knew he could run, and it's just they are a terrifying offense to watch.
Very. Yep. I agree. They've just got so many weapons at their disposal. Jalen Hurts has looked sharp this year. So what do you think, I guess, for our defense, what do you think for a key to victory, if you would put it?
Our key to victory is to get Watt healthy, clone him, have him as our right linebacker, left linebacker, middle linebackers, and we might have a chance. But in all seriousness, I'm going to bulk Jalen with Lamar on this one.
Okay.
And you got to find somebody to do what Watt can do, which is a hard task. We've found this out. And shadow Jalen. Make it so Jalen cannot run. Make it so Jalen has to pass or hand the ball off.
Yep.
Make it so Jalen cannot be a difference maker and make him put it in the hands of his other people. Now, that may not help us, but it at least may make them, instead of a 3-dimensional team, a 2-dimensional team. And
right.
That could help solidify some part of something.
Yeah, it's we were really thinking. I was hoping that TJ would be back by now. I think we were both on the semblance of maybe we'll get him back before the bye week. And I haven't heard an update really of what's going on with him, but
my guess is they're holding him out till after the bye. It's just my gut.
Yep, because we haven't heard anything on him, and so maybe we'll hear something on bye week or before our next game after the bye. But yeah, man, without TJ, it's going to be tough to stop any quarterback scrambles, RPOs, because he's so good against Lamar against that stuff, and like your comparison there, and this would be a very uncharacteristic game because we haven't seen it very much. But I would almost say you're looking at more of a mobile quarterback here, but I would almost say like show a semblance of what you did against the Bucs. Get that interior pressure. Get that pressure going around the edges too. Just play like
blitz,
yeah. And have those guys in the secondary just leave them on an island and let's just let it roll. Let's just try to get the pressure there. And I know it's a tall task because you do have a more mobile quarterback than you did with Tom Brady in that game, but it's I just don't think you have any other option. I think you've got to try to get to him because you got too many weapons at his disposal. So
yep, I agree.
Special teams, dude. PH3, we really dogged on him for this last game. He's got to step the heck up this game.
And we always say it. We always say that he's got to, and he continues to not. It's he booms it, then he busts it.
Yeah.
He is not consistent.
No.
I don't know what we did to have a curse at a punter position, but
No
we
kidding.
gotta. I don't know if we got a rain dance or. I don't know what we got to do, but we got to fix the punting issue because that doesn't help the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Because it's so inconsistent. Every other team in the league that's got a consistent punter, their defense and their offense plays a little bit better because it's like, okay, we know exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, maybe we can trade PH3 and, I don't know, like a second-round pick and get Wainwright back.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have a hard time finding a kicker. Well, we got fleeced by the Jags with Scobie, right?
Yeah.
Good Lord, Scobie.
They really knew what they were doing there.
But it was like from Jeff Reed to Boswell. It was like not too much of a.
Schweijem.
Yeah, that's right. Sean Schweijem.
Schweijem was solid.
That's right.
And
Jeff
then
Reed
he had
Schweijem.
career-ending injury. Then we went. I believe that was Scobie in between, and then he lasted not very long. We got Boswell, and the rest is history.
Haven't looked back. Yep.
It's been great.
Punter not so much though. Punter's been a little bit different for us.
And returners since AB, they've been. We've had a difference in them, but they've all been overall solid. Now Gunner this year's been and Steve Sims looks pretty good, but he's been injured.
Right.
But it's not been overall. It's not been a poor experience. It's just punter, and so I don't know how their special teams are, but all right, eat us alive.
Steve Sims is on the
questionable
injury report as questionable. So. Yeah, it would be a huge help to get him back because, man, he was electric in that game. Against the Bucks? He had 2 solid returns.
Yeah.
Just a huge. I mean, and I only know with his long kick return, we only came up with 3, but still for a struggling offense, coming up with 3 is pretty big for us, honestly. So.
Yep.
We always look and always preach for it. It always sounds like a broken record, but consistency is what we're looking for out of special teams.
Consistency is key.
Usually we get it from Boz at least. So.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, so you want to skip to?
Let's go to the scores.
Scores and both.
Who do you have winning? It sounds very, very not one-sided at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest bit. Yeah.
So I think we're both in agreement. Eagles win.
Yeah.
It's just a difference of score, because it's definitely a tall task. So what's your score for the game?
So I was kind of going back and forth on this before we had recorded tonight. I was thinking about this game, and I was like, man, do the Steelers defense hold the Eagles to under 30 like they did, under 20 like they did with the Dolphins? We thought the Dolphins were going to light it up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, I started thinking about Eagles have a bye week. Eagles had 2 weeks to prepare. Eagles are undefeated.
It's
in Philly. Unfortunately, I've got them cracking 30. I've got Eagles taking this one 34. I've got Steelers getting 17, which I think is what tied for our second highest score this year.
Third.
Oh, it's so sad.
Third highest score of the year.
You just got to laugh, though. You just got to laugh.
If you're not going to laugh, you're going to go crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the score, I guess, a little better, not much, just because the Eagles seem to come out of the gate hot. Second half, they kind of cool off. It's almost like they let their foot off the gas, and maybe they won't have to worry about that for us. Who knows, because we'll already be dead in the water. But I have us losing to the Eagles 29-16, so still not an easy... an easy defeat here.
Nope.
Bold prediction. So we got them scoring under 20 again. So that's definitely not bold. What's your bold prediction? Offense, defense, special teams?
Well, I guess I'm actually going to switch it up here. I'm actually going to go, it's kind of both-sided, I guess, offense and defense. I'm going to say, and I think we've used this one as our bold prediction before, but I'm going to rock and roll with it anyways. I'm going to say we win the turnover battle.
Okay.
But we still lose, obviously.
Yeah, I tried that one with the Bucks, and there was no turnovers.
Hey, maybe that's okay. I'd be actually okay with that outcome.
Yeah. I'm going to go defense, and this one's bold for the simple fact that we haven't got one all year, at least not to my knowledge. We get 2 fumble recoveries.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
So
it's been like all interceptions this year.
Yep. All picks.
Yeah, as far as I know, man. I can't remember if we have, but wow. It's usually the other way around for us all the time. It's always like fumbles because you're getting like strip sacks with TJ.
And it surprises me, too, because with teams being up on us more often than not, you'd think they'd be running
it, and the possibility.
Have, the chance of popping it out. But it almost sometimes our defense doesn't even see like it's trying to punch it. Like TJ always does.
Yeah.
But the rest of them's kind of like not adapted to that at all, apparently. So, yeah, I think we finally get some forced fumbles, get some fumble recoveries, and it would maybe go hand in hand. I did 2.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we would go hand in hand.
That's pretty bold.
That's pretty bold, but I like it. Sweet. Okay, so both Steelers losing, which I would say, I mean, ESPN's giving us, 14% chance?
14%, so.
I would say a lot of the Steelers Nation's probably on the same boat. They're probably thinking we really probably don't have a shot in this one, most likely.
Yeah.
It would take quite a miracle.
Still watch it,
for sure.
see, but it's one of those where it's kind of like, I'll still watch, I'll still root, but
buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah, too. And the other thing, too, we're going to mention is this whole the Kenny Pickett slander. I mean, dude, you look on Twitter, it's just people just slamming him for throwing this many picks, and because they just look at the stat line and they say, maybe we wasted a pick. Maybe we should draft a guy in this upcoming draft. And, hey, let's throw Mason in there. Let's try him out. It's like, no, we're not going to try quarterback carousel. We've tried that. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yep.
Keep him in there. Just let him grow. We're just going to grow with him. I mean,
grow with him.
He is a rookie quarterback.
At this point, yes, he made some bad throws.
Yes.
And
we can all acknowledge that.
I'm just going to say all 3 picks were on him. I don't even care if one wasn't. All 3 were on him. He needs to own up to it. He needs to get better. But at the same time, what's it going to change if we change our quarterbacks? It's not going to change anything. Our offense is our offense. And we're just going to see Mason throw an interception.
Yeah, then you're just going to get upset with Mason.
Mitch throw an interception. And we're just going to we are such a spoiled franchise. We have had a non-losing season for 18 years now.
Something stupid like that. Yep.
So, like, you figure maybe it's 17, but either which way. Because Ben was there 18. No, because Tomlin had 17. Whatever it was. I don't know the exact numbers, but Tomlin has been there a long time, never had a losing season, holds the all-time record for most consecutive non-losing seasons in the NFL, and Ben never had a losing season. Like, we are so, like, I watched the Steelers since I was 8. That is when Ben got drafted. So that just goes to show you, I am so used to us winning. I am not used to being a Browns fan. I am not used to being a Bengals fan, a Texans fan, a Carolina Panthers fan. I'm not used to that.
Oh.
So I'm not used to seeing them go 2-5, 2-6, 2-17 or 15 or whatever the heck it's going to be. I'm not used to it. And so we get angry quickly. We act like children quickly. Just buckle up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. We've watched the whole Ben era. We watched him win, and it's been great. And even if you finish 500, 8-8, or whatever it's been, you still at least fun, exciting to watch. I mean, frustrating still, but fun, exciting to watch. I think, too, we've been spoiled, but we also can realize you can't set yourself up for here when we've got a rookie quarterback in there and our team, our offensive coordinator, offense, you name it, we just don't have all the pieces there. We all know this. We're not just one piece away.
Right. There's not one perfect puzzle piece.
No.
If you traded and got Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen today, sure, we're going to win some more games.
Yeah.
But we're still I don't foresee us being much better.
Yeah.
Our line is not that good. Our running game's not that good. Our offense is so juvenile that I think Patrick Mahomes would have, or Josh Allen would have an absolute cow having to run that. It just, you can yell and complain and do whatever you want, but it's not all on him, and he's also a rookie.
Yep.
We're not going to draft another quarterback, even if we somehow get the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to go for a corner or a D-end or something like that. Maybe a linebacker.
They're rocking and rolling with Pickett for a while.
We're sitting with our first-round pick, and if you're a real fan, you should too.
Right. Yep. And I think you should be. I mean, at least I am. I've been very impressed with what we've seen so far. I mean, he still makes those throws. You're just like, okay, he just needs more experience, more time. This is only his 3rd start or something this past game, so this will be his 4th against the Eagles. Give the kid a break. I mean, come on. People are like, oh, he's 24. And he's a rookie, but he's 24. It doesn't matter. You're still a rookie. It's not like just because you have three extra years of age on the guy that comes in drafted number 1 overall. Right. It doesn't mean that he's going to have more of a leeway on him.
Yeah. And I mean, compare it to baseball. You look at baseball and it's like, okay, yeah, I got drafted number 1 overall pick. I was first overall, I'm 19. Maybe by 26 you're in the big leagues because you got to develop and go through single A, double A, triple A,
right?
And then you're in the big leagues. Okay, nobody's complaining that the guy's 26 all of a sudden and he stayed in the lower leagues for 6-7 years. Like, give it time.
Yep.
Quarterbacks are protected this year. They have a lot longer longevity than they used to. Just give it time.
Yep. Chill out.
Down.
We'll be fine.
REL.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's not our year. It's fine.
Yep.
It hasn't been for the last.
Yep.
Since 2008.
Forever. Too long, obviously. But
14 years.
I think the best thing we can do, though, is just have him stay in there as our full-time starter and get the experience now. Like, get the experience, start to make those connections with everybody, and then just see what happens from there. Start to piece it together. Obviously, we need stuff needs to go. And I hate to say this, I don't think Canada's going to be gone this year, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be a mid-season thing. I think we're stuck with him, too. So.
It's not the Steelers' way.
Nope, I think he's stuck with us until next year. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to add that at the end there because I've seen a lot of slander on Mr. Kenny, our man Kenny. So, all right, man, we've ranted long enough. You got anything else to add?
I think that's it.
Okay, sweet. Well, we appreciate everybody listening and watching, and we appreciate the support. Thanks for sticking with the Steelers like us too, because this is going to be a struggle bus for the rest of the year here. So, we appreciate the support. Appreciate the watch and listen. Catch you on the next one. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.